What's going on, family? David Yeti. I'm back with another video topic, man. So I have really been in the weeds lately. I've been in the weeds in terms of improving and working on myself. And I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and this was a spirited debate. Like, obviously if you see this, I rock with you, I love you. But now I'm to the point in my life to where I really want to understand God's instructions. And what I mean by that is I'm past going by my own level of understanding, and I really want to get closer to being on my purpose in general. Not just when it comes to finances, not just when it comes to relationships, but living more about my morals, codes, and principles, being able and being willing to stand on the things that I believe. And right now I'm trying to decide, and maybe you guys can help me out with this. Like, I'm really trying to decide this whole notion behind money and money being the root of all evil. And when it comes to being Christian, and people telling me and have told me before in so many words, being money minded or money focused is a bad thing, as if I've ever put money before God or before my family or before any of those things. I just understand the importance of it. And I think so many of us, I'll speak for myself, I know for me personally, I've been struggling with the whole thought process around where does like resources fit within the grand scheme of what I'm supposed to be doing on a day-to-day basis. And I've yet to have anybody really give me a definitive answer as to why is it wrong for me to focus on generating revenue and generate money, because I've been broke before. I've been without for a very long time. And I'm gonna tell you, being completely broke, being in a position to where I can help no one, couldn't even help myself, like that's I wouldn't wish that on anyone. It's a terrible feeling, and candidly it's a helpless feeling, like knowing that you cannot make no type of impact in your life. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And now it's like, as I am becoming closer to God and working on my understanding about what do I want to do and who do I want to become, these are some of the things that have been in my mind lately. So this past week, I took a trip to Vegas, and I was there for the entire week with my team, and I got a chance to meet a lot of people in person who I haven't seen before, who I've never like really met before, right? And man, when I tell you that I had an incredible time, it was awesome. I've even got a chance to mix in some, chilling on my own and stuff too, going out to a couple of places, like hit the movies, like I did a couple of different things, right? But that's neither here nor there. What I really want to share with you is, when you go to these networking events, one thing that I learned is that who to actually connect with and who to spend time with. So I'm spending time with my team, true enough, but I'm really putting time into decision makers, people who can actually make a big impact on my career. And I'm trying to add value with everyone that I come in contact with. So to piggyback off of what I was saying earlier, the reason why this is important is because I honestly believe when I earn money, when I make money, like, it's not my money, it's God's money. I believe that my job is to learn how to have discernment in terms of, okay, who do I share the resources with? Who do I connect with? Who do I give insights to based off of whether or not this person is actually worthy of whatever the blessing that I have? Why is that important? I think it's important because not everyone deserves your time. Not everyone deserves your attention. Not everyone deserves your full effort. And that might sound like initially that's something harsh, but it's not. It's the reality. What I've learned is I've learned how to look at things for not what I want them to be, but for what the world really are. Here's really the truth. Being broke and righteous is not some type of, you don't get a badge for that either. And now, on the other end of the spectrum, being all about money and not having no type of moral compass and stuff, that's not good either. So I think maybe we fall somewhere in the middle to where you have an understanding of, okay, I want to get closer to God. I want to be a better person. I want to connect with like-minded people. I want to add value to people. But at the same time, I want it to be the right type of people. I understand that I still need to make a living and I still need to be in a position to where I can actually help other people out. All of these things come full circle. It's not a either or type situation. It's both. So let me tie it all in together. Here's what I mean. I don't believe money in itself is evil. I believe the worship of money, in terms of if you're putting it before God or whatever you believe in, I believe that part is evil. I know that people can do evil things and they will do things that are very, let's say, not righteous to get money. I believe that, right? But at the same time, I don't believe that you have to be broke to be righteous. I don't believe in that. Because there is an abundance of love, of resources, of relationships all throughout the world. And really, the key is, how do you add value to enough people's life to where they're willing to exchange, they're willing to get rid of the money in their pocket for the solution that you have. That's how you make money. That's how you get rich. Right? So for those of you who think that money is evil, for those of you who are going to be in the comment section and say money isn't everything and all those things, I would say I would agree to you. I agree with you to a certain extent, but at the same time, man, I'm telling you, being broke is like terrible, and it's hard for me, having been in that position before, for me to tell people who are starving, let's say, like, how am I going to tell somebody whose stomach is empty money isn't everything when they literally need money, or they're trying to figure out where their next meal gonna come from? Like, that'd be hypocritical of me. So at the same time, even though I've made it to a different place in life now, and I've set myself up for even higher peaks, I still have to be grounded enough to remember what it feels like to not have anything and to not take any of my opportunities for granted. That's why I'm not just kicking it with the normal everyday person. I'm making sure those who I come in contact with are not at a certain level just so I can get something from them, but at the same time, they're at a certain level to where I have a bigger impact when I do go to connect with them and stuff like that. So I just wanted to tap in with y'all for a couple of minutes. You see me looking over there, I'm watching, like, there's 2 dogs in the yard next to me that know how to get out the gate, and I don't trust them like that. So I'm standing like literally maybe 50 feet away from the dogs. So I'm watching them as I'm talking to y'all. But hey, I'm protected though. Everything all good. Look, I love you. I got a live stream coming up, man, Saturday, and I hope that you guys find some value into this. If you're watching up until this point, you know you're the real superstar. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Like, let me know. I don't have no problem. I'm always open to the possibility of being wrong, but I think that this is a hill, as I start to learn more, that I'm willing to go out on, because I just don't believe that throwing out blanket statements like that is going to be the answer, and it's not going to get you the results, because at the end of the day, we always say it's all about the results anyway. All right? I love you. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.